Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're seeing this is. As y'all know, my name is Marcus Miller, your local realtor, a real broker. Today, I'm stepping out of my element a little bit. I want to give back to the community. And one of my ways that I want to give back to the community is go around talking to local business owners and just let the local business owners tell them more about their business, how they came up with their business, how they get in contact with them. Because even though I live in the Battle Creek, Michigan area, it's services and companies around here that I could benefit from and you can benefit from that you probably just never knew existed. So this is why I came up with this right here. And this is actually my first guest. You want to introduce yourself, man, and tell them exactly what you do real quick before we get into it?
Yeah, my name is Keith Wright. I'm from Battle Creek, Michigan, and my company is B Wright There Transportation.
Okay. So who is Keith Wright?
Keith Wright is a young man who was born and raised in Battle Creek and just strided to be successful throughout Battle Creek and help other people throughout Battle Creek. That's who he is.
So
Yeah.
you're born and raised.
Born and raised.
Okay. My next question: are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
And if so, tell us about your family.
I'm married. We have a total of 6 kids.
How long you been married?
We've been married, 20 years? Yeah, it's been about 20 years. Yeah.
Black love right here.
Right.
You hear me? Black love.
20 years. We have a total of 6 kids, and I think it's about 13 or 14 grandkids now.
Wee.
Yeah.
My mom had 15 kids.
Did she?
Yep, I'm number 10 out of 15. She had 9.
Woo-wee.
She had 9 boys and 6 girls, so I can relate.
Yeah.
I only want to count how many grandkids and great grandkids
Right.
she got because they still popping out. So, what were you doing before you started this company that you own right now, B Wright There Transportation?
I was working in the car business. I had worked in the car business for like 23 years. And then the car business has started making too many different changes, and I just wasn't feeling it no more. But it was, my time was pretty much up. So I decided it was time for me to make a change. And one day I just went and got my chauffeur's license, not knowing why I was really going to get my chauffeur's license, but it was a reason and a purpose there. I just wasn't 100% for sure what I was going to do.
But you knew it was going to be something.
I knew it was going to be something. I was coming out the car business. I already knew that I was coming out the car business.
Okay. What lessons from your previous career helped you prepare to become a business owner today?
What basically helped me is just a guy named Kent Matthews.
Kent Matthews.
Yeah, who was.
What's up, Kent? How you doing, man?
He was the owner, partial owner of Sealy Wright, which it was at first, and now it's just Sealy. And just watching the way he was able to work with people and help people, and I was like, that's what I want to do. Eventually I decided I wanted to own my own so I could leave for my family. And so I just kept thinking on it, not knowing exactly what I was going to do.
Still, not yet. Not knowing.
But I knew I was going to do something.
I knew
I was going to do something. So then, after certain things went on, I think it was around 21, because I had my cancer in 20. And matter of fact, in 2020, I knew then I was leaving. I just was nervous and afraid to leave then, because I had been selling cars for so long that I was comfortable. But I did something that I had always said I wouldn't do and was told not to do, and that was to allow a company to have power over me. And then when I went back into it after my cancer, I realized that the company had power over me and I needed to break that. So I knew it was time for me to go back in 2020. I just was afraid because of my cancer. I had the cancer, and then I just wasn't 100% for sure, but I knew. But I wasn't listening to the right person. I was listening to me and not God. I was listening to the wrong person.
Facts.
Then when I finally started listening, then I started moving faster. It started, boom, things just started falling into place.
Okay. What inspired you to start a transportation company?
more
was
and
it
more,
that situation that we just talked about more? Like because you was just saying how you wasn't for sure, but you knew it was going to be something. So what inspired this B Wright There Transportation?
really that go back to my childhood.
Okay,
All
explain,
right,
please.
and what happened is, as a kid, I used to love to go to Chicago to ride on the city bus with my Uncle Arthur.
Okay.
So whenever I could go to Chicago and ride on the city bus with him, I would go. And me and him, he would take me with him. Then my Uncle Joe, I always wanted to go ride in the cab with him too, but I couldn't because it was too dangerous to ride in the cab. He would always just say, Keith, no, I can't let nothing happen to you. So I couldn't go, which was disappointing to me. But, you know, as I got older, I understood why more than then, because in my eye, even though you looking at something might happen to you, I already know you ain't gonna let nothing happen to me.
Facts.
So that, I think that was the hurting part. But then I had my cousin who was like 26 years older than me, who lived in St. Louis, and they used to transport me from Battle Creek to Chicago, Chicago to St. Louis, and St. Louis back. And he would drive either all the way to Battle Creek and pick me up in the summer, or to Chicago, wherever they placed me. That's where he would go. So driving and stuff like that, that I look back at it now, it was in me.
Next question. What challenges, if any, did you face getting started?
I don't really know if I had any hard challenges, because when I decided to do it, I used my own money, so it was my money. I didn't have to, you know, take a challenge from a bank or nobody giving me the money. So I bought all my own vehicles, and I started it with just me. I mean, the first month I ran it by myself. I ran all them stops by myself. I made $1,500. Never forget it. $1,500 in the first month. I think I was only charging 15 one way and 22 round trip. And that's a lot of stops to run for a person.
No, serious,
that's
it
a lot
is.
of
It
stops
is.
to
It
run.
is. Yeah. But you did it though.
But I did it. 24 hours. I did it. And my wife set the appointments, and I ran them. You know, it didn't matter.
So you and your wife is a team.
It's a team.
It's a team. Okay.
And then I brung in my buddy Earl, because Earl, he had spoke with my mother. My mother had told him what I was going to do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So really, I don't think I had too many challenges, except the only challenge I really do remember is before I was going to leave the car business, and that was me telling her, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done selling cars. So that's a challenge right there. Because she went, what the hell you going to do then?
But you did it though.
But I did it though. And she, when I told her what I wanted to do, she was like, I've been waiting for you to tell me you were done. You know, I knew you've been done. You know, you just wouldn't say it. But yeah, she knew.
So what about, was it a challenge getting your name out there, getting people to trust you, getting the clientele? Was that challenge, or that just came natural also through word of mouth, through social media?
That came natural, and a lot of that came natural because when I sold cars, I pretty much was like the #1 salesman probably around through Battle Creek for a lot of years. And so everybody kind of knew me from selling cars. So when I started started my business, because of the reputation I had, people were sending people to me, or people was calling, you know, and so it just started getting out there. It just started getting out there, which was
Was you surprised it happened that quick?
I was surprised. Yeah,
Okay.
I really was surprised, because I really thought a lot of people would shoot me down, you know, because you have a lot of people that when they know you're successful and you come from nothing, they will shoot you down.
Every single time.
They will shoot you down.
Every single time.
And so I know I was successful in the car business. So now I'm trying to move on to do my own business. I'm not 62 yet to be able to actually retire, but I'm telling y'all, I'm done doing this. So some people look at that as who he think he is. You know what I mean?
They can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even though I'm a real estate agent, but I still run my own business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I first started, people told me, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
And them same people who told me not to do this, not to do that, I'm making more money than them.
Then they make it. Yeah.
You know
And that's where
maybe they should have listened to
they
us
listen from the start. Right. And they'll be right where they be where we are. Yeah.
Many businesses don't survive their first 5 years. Was that something that you thought about when you started?
No. Nope.
Never came across your mind?
Nope, that never, because with me, over all of my years, I have always never been afraid. That's why it shocked me in 2020 when I was afraid. Because usually when I put my mind to do something, I have always did it. You know, because it's one thing I teach my kids, and now I'm teaching my grandsons and stuff, is I don't care if you fail as long as you try. As long as you try,
right?
We good to go.
Yeah.
So I knew what I was putting on the line.
Yeah.
I'm putting money for me and Vet's retirement. It's on the line. So if I'm gonna be a lazy man, I don't need to do it. But if I'm gonna go back to being where I come from, being a hustler, then I'm going for it. And that's what I did. I'm going for it. And everything else is gonna fall in place as I need it to. You know, because I believe when God puts something on you and you know he put it on you, your best bet is to go with it and go get your 15 minutes of fame, because that's all you about to get.
Facts.
So go ahead and do it. And so that's what I did.
And that's what I tell people too, man. Don't be afraid to fail.
Don't be afraid.
Because at the very least, if you try something and you do fail, at least you know what not to do next time.
Right. You'll tweak it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You'll tweak it. You know what I'm saying? Every failure is a lesson learned.
Yep.
Don't never be afraid to fail or try something new or go against what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Because if we all did the same thing, we all be on the same level. You got to think outside the box.
You got to come outside that box. If you don't come outside that box, you got a problem.
Yep, facts. How many drivers and team members do you currently have? You said that you started off by yourself.
Okay, now
as we sit here right now today, because I see y'all. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I see y'all everywhere.
You see us.
I see y'all everywhere.
Yeah, we running with it's like I got 5 of us running. I got my general sales manager. I got the total of us with my dispatchers and everything is like 13. 13 of us.
And how long this business been?
A year.
Come on, man. Stop playing, man.
It's been a year.
Stop playing.
It's been a year.
So basically, by you starting your own business, right, he's helping the economy out in so many ways that people that y'all looking at this probably not even thinking about. Right? All them vans and cars need gas. Right?
Yeah.
All of them need gas. They
and
need mechanical
insurance.
work. They need insurance. You got to pay taxes. Like all this stuff, and you paying employees.
Correct.
Right, you paying employees. Correct. So with that, they get the employees is getting paid. Now they can provide for their family.
Yep.
Right. Basically, what he's doing, in case y'all haven't picked wind yet, right? This man has building and is building generational wealth. Because this business is more likely going to pass on to one of his great grandkids or grandkids or whatever, or people that's in the family. Right.
One of my grandsons now, the other day, he plays basketball, Keith the third. He was questioning my book from a big account I have on what is this, Paul. So I was explaining it to him, and I told him that's my Bible. Because that's one company's, and everything from that company is right in that. That's the Bible. And it kept him more interested in that. And so finally at the end, when I dropped him off, I told him, because what I'm building is for y'all. So when I die, y'all can say that I left all of y'all something. Now, whatever y'all do when I'm gone.
Yeah, I don't got nothing to do with that.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But
the next question, what areas do you serve?
We serve, for work and school, is the Battle Creek area. We do go out to Marshall, or say Galesburg or Augusta if we have to take some people to work. But then other than that, we'll do the whole Michigan, and we'll go to Chicago to the airport, because we run to all airports. Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, we run the airport.
I would have been called you.
Yeah, we run to the airport like every day. Every day.
I didn't know that.
Every day we run to the airport pretty much.
Okay. What makes your company different from other transportation providers?
My company, the reason why we so different is it's us. I build it as a family to let them know is that, my success come from y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure our vehicles stay clean. I pay for that. I make sure, they don't have to buy no gas. They buy no tires, oil changes. I cover all that on each and every vehicle. So that way when a customer gets in there, those drivers don't have no excuse why they don't have gas or the vehicle ain't clean.
Mm-hmm.
They don't pay for anything.
Right.
I got it all covered for them. And so they loving that,
This is nice.
They loving that. And I allow them to take the vehicle.
So it's more like a culture thing.
It's more like a culture thing.
More like a culture.
Yeah, it's more like a culture. And when we got problems, we eat the problems. We eat the problems and I get them solved for us. I tell them every problem can be solved, Like this month and last month, we done had one vehicle totaled, one vehicle where a deer hit, but okay, we gonna have them problems. So they looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm looking at them when I took this on, I already knew all this.
Yeah. So, you knew all this was a possibility.
This is all gonna be a possibility. We gonna go through our little drama for a minute, but then things are gonna get better. And it has. It's starting to turn back around again. So yeah, we okay.
Congratulations, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah. Serious. What advice would you give someone who think about starting their own business, not just a transportation business, just a business in general?
If you're going to start your own business, one thing you have to know is somebody there has got to back you. My wife was my first backing. You need somebody there to back you because everybody always need a little push. You know what I mean? We all need a little push because it's a scary feeling at first. It's a scary feeling. But if you got somebody who there and got your back, it get easier for you. It get easier, and it got easier for me. And everything with me and my wife was just, let's get things in order, and then you can go ahead and do what you got to do.
And just me piggybacking off of that, when I first got to Battle Creek, I was working at AC Foundry. I was working at AC Foundry for like 2 to 3 years. I was locked up from 2012 to 2021. In 2021, in June, I started working at AC Foundry. And when I started working at AC Foundry, I hated it.
Right.
I hated it. Like, this was like one of the longest times I ever worked a job in my life.
Right.
But I used that money to fund my real estate business.
Right.
As soon as my real estate business started making as much money,
I'm out of there.
I was
gone.
Right. I was out there. It was over. I'm talking about not a second.
Not a second.
I made a penny extra that month. The next month I was gone.
Out of there. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know it's a scary feeling.
Oh yeah, it is.
Not because we were so used to depending on a check.
Correct. Depending on that check, and when you keep depending on that check, sometimes that check just keep you right there. But when you realize what your value and what you are worth, and you can move on.
Did y'all just hear what that man said? Value. Value. In real estate, we call it value proposition, but it's still value. Once you know how much you is worth, once you know your value, that's when you're really going to move like you're supposed to move.
You can move. Yep. You'll move.
You know what I'm saying? Something like a boss.
Yep.
Something like a boss. Yep. Right?
Something
but
like
you can't be a boss or move like a boss if you don't know your value.
You got to know your value.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's just not for business. That's for women. That's for men.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know your value.
Yep.
If you don't know your value, people will take advantage of you. This is facts.
And then if you pay, and if you believe in the man upstairs and you paying attention to him, he gonna show you
every time. Whether you listen or not.
Whether you listen or not, he gonna show it, and he gonna keep showing you until you catch the hint of what he trying to show you. Just and I go back on that too, because like with me, when I took 30 days off, I had the VA write me a letter to get me off of work because I was going through some things at Sealy then. So me being a veteran, they wrote it instantly. So when I came back, I made my decision. I was done. But what I did is I went to another company. And then when I went to that company, I stayed there 3 months and I was done. Then I went back to Sealy, but under Automax. And then I kept going fax, but I knew I was done.
You knew it was done. You was already game planning.
I already knew I was done. Let me see how you say it. I knew I was done, but I didn't know I was done. Because I kept going to all these places to work to sell the cars, but he kept moving me, saying, Keith, you moving, but you're moving in the wrong direction that I'm sending you. So when I finally, one day I told my son, I said, me and you going to get our chauffeur's license.
Oh, man.
Not 100% ready yet, or knowing what's going on, but something going on. You know, and then we go get that. And then I finally told Hunter, I said, man, October 1st, I'm done. I done talked to my wife, and she said, Keith, I thought you would have been done. My buddy Kevin said, Keith, man, just come run my company. I'll pay you. You ain't got to keep doing that. So I'm like, I'm done. You know, I'm finna.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
I'm finna.
Once a man made his mind up, it's over.
Yep.
Ain't no going back.
Ain't no going back.
You may turn into a pillar of salt.
Correct. And I was done. You know, and I was done. And I kept it moving forward ever since. Set me a date to say April 1st from when I quit October 1st. April 1st, we gonna have it up and running back. Let's get things in order. That gave us time to get things in order because I already know in November and December she's going to take a break because it's Thanksgiving and it's time for her to spend time for her grandbabies and stuff for Christmas. So be quiet, Keith, and just go with her plan through them. But other than that, by April 1st, we was running. We was running.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Don't sit at home if you think about starting your own business and think that it's not impossible. Because you're looking at two people.
I'm telling you.
You're looking at two people within the past 5 years to start two successful businesses.
Correct.
Right?
That's
From
right.
scratch.
From scratch.
A couple more questions real quick. What are your hours of operation and what does your pricing look like?
My hours of operations right now, we run from about 5 in the morning, but I do have a few people that we pick up at 4 in the morning. And we run up until about 11 o'clock. And
if the people wanted to get in contact with you, how can they get in contact with you for your services?
They can get in contact with us like on Facebook, get a hold of me that way. Yeah.
B Wright There Transportation on Facebook, y'all.
Yep, and not B-E, just a regular B.
And Wright is for your...
W-R-I-G-H-T.
And it's transportation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to say to the viewers who watching this?
Yeah, the only thing I would like to say to you is that if you know you have something and you know you want to give it a try, go for it. Don't let nobody hold you back, because that's one of the things at first I think I was allowing is for people to hold me back because I was worrying about what people might say that may be jealous of me or whatever. Until one of my buddies told me, don't worry about that. Everything will be all right.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and that's my buddy Brian Johnson. Yeah.
Brian Johnson?
Yeah.
How you doing, Brian Johnson? That's good advice, man. That's good advice.
And that B, that's where the B come from because we call him B. So I took B, his initial that we call him, and put it with Wright, and that's how I came up with the name.
And what's the name again for the people?
B Wright There Transportation.
So you're going to be right there.
We're going to be right there, baby.
Like right there.
Right there.
Right there. Okay. Well, y'all heard it here first, man. And me and you, we started this journey a couple years ago too, man. Every conversation it's been good conversation.
As always, yeah.
We didn't try some business ventures, you know what I'm saying? But we still here today, man. And as a person who's seen you at the car dealership business to start your own business, I'm at Walmart, I see your drivers. I'm at Sam's Club, I see your drivers.
Yeah.
As not only as a human being, but as a black man, I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
Thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate
100%. That's no problem.
Love.